Hey everybody, I want to thank you again for checking out another video. Today we are in a pretty good sized basement with kind of just a wonky little layout. We're in the living room area right here, and stairway right there, closet, and then that's kind of a, I don't know, call it a little entryway. And we're gonna be carpeting. Look at that, I like that. That's a nice looking pattern, nice linear look. We're gonna run that down the hallway. And then this is a bathroom. This side of the bathroom's all hard surface. This side will be carpet here. And what I'm doing right now, I'm just doing getting my layout. We got this piece, this is our main piece, strung through there, squared up. So what I'm doing right now is cutting seams. And we're gonna be putting stuff together here shortly, and I'll show you a little bit of that. But one thing I forgot, I made brand new seam boards to put my seams together on. I like to use 1/4-inch plywood, and didn't bring them with me. So we're out at the job site. We're just going to not use those today. We're gonna be just fine. And I'm just gonna do a little spin around here maybe. Can I show you that? So I'll show you how we'll kind of show a little bit putting the seams together, power stretching on the concrete, and how do we power stretch these rooms and get the best job we can out of it. So stay tuned. Oh, we have that seam that runs along. It's just wonky. The layout, this is the best way to lay it, but unfortunately we ended up with that little seam there. So instead of trying to put a piece in there, I mean, that's like 6 inches wide, and then trying to seam it up along that wall, the best thing to do, in my opinion, is actually kind of pull this carpet back in an angle and then flop it back. And I'll show you how I do that here. And then put the seam, that's gonna be our fill piece right there. You end up just putting that together on a nice flat surface. The one thing that I would recommend doing is, we got plenty of excess there, is on the back of this carpet, as I mark where that wall is. And I'm gonna take a stretch this way anyways, so I know to get my carpet to at least there. And then I'm gonna make a mark right here, because this is where my cross seam is gonna be, and just make sure my piece goes beyond that too. So when I put this piece to this piece, I can cut that cross seam and have a nice look for them. All right, stay tuned. So hopefully this kind of makes sense to you guys now, what I did here. I needed to take toolbox, it was, on your 30 some feet to there, just puts a lot of pressure when I go to fold that little bit back. The whole thing just wanted to naturally just go back that way. But now you can see, the nice thing is I can lay that piece 100% flat, and it's gonna be so easy to work that seam in there. And then truthfully, while this thing's cooling, I can go over here, put this seam together, over in there, get that seam done, flop this carpet back up, cut my cross seams, and then I can work this seam together. I did leave enough excess on that. I measured ahead, so I know I have to pull this piece I got to pull over to get to that. And then we're having seams done, and then we're gonna have to do some stretching before we hook onto the hallway and into that bathroom area. How you doing in there, Chris?
Good.
Chris is rocking and rolling. What's that, buddy?
Going around walls.
Going around walls, rocking and rolling. So stay tuned. That seam's completely done, and hopefully by that little video, that little time lapse there, you can see how easy that was. So now that everything was just flat. It was actually just a beautiful, easy seam to work with, where before you'd been contending with that tack strip right there, coming up that wall. And then most of you guys know that when you have a doorway like that, like sometimes in closets, we have to put crazy seams really close to doorways, and it pinches and nothing goes together right, and it catches on the tack strip. So that's my little tip for you there, and hopefully one of you guys or gals watching this can put that to use. we got 2 down, 1 more to go in the main area. And I did get, so we got that all put together. That's flopped back in. And so what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna pull that whole piece. We'll pull that over and we'll put our seam together up into here. And I'm just gonna cut an angle from there to there. And we'll just do our cross seam that way. That way I don't have to take this apart. I mean, there's probably easily a dozen different ways I could have done that. But that's a pretty heavy used door. There's gonna be a lot of traffic from that door to that door. So this is gonna be a pretty visible seam. You just want it to look good. So you do whatever it takes to, whoa, just about tripped over the carpet there. Just do whatever it takes to make the job look good. So check in with you in a bit. So I hope I can get this to show up on video. So this is where that seamer down now shines. So we got this carpet cut and I'm gonna call it snaky. The row isn't straight, but I'm gonna start here. So I'm gonna start putting my seam together. So I got it tight here. And then we're just gonna go out here into the middle. And you can see, let me just get some of this up here. You can see we're gonna have some overlap or a little tight. And that's what's nice about this seamer down now is when you're using it and pushing and pulling on it, it kind of just, boom, locks that carpet in. And, you know, a couple seconds and you can push, because this is the piece I'm going to be pushing and pulling. I can push that piece away, I can pull it in, and it just keeps my seam tight. I'm not going to get that overlapping, ledging, or I'm not going to also get the, where it pulls the seam apart. So, cool thing to know about the seamer down now. If you guys are a little hesitant on buying one, they are. I mean, I know they're kind of spendy, but man, if you're doing this every day for a living, you know, tools can make it so easy. Huge apology, guys. I had the phone set to camera, not to make a video, so I just took a picture of me getting started. But you can see that seam is done, so I got to do the cross seam, and that turned out sweet. This carpet is gonna look awesome, this linear pattern. But I'm gonna show you where the seam is here. So just kind of follow my line, or hopefully my finger is about correct. So right in here is the seam. But this is what's so neat about that seamer down now. Is I hope that's showing up on there. There's a, I was able to keep the seam flat, and then out here, I pushed that wrinkle, and there's a little bubble there, but that's cool because that's where I want the bubble. I'd rather have it there than not on my seam. And so when I go to power stretch, boom, that's coming right out. So this is where, again, seamer down now is awesome, and you definitely want to come back with a power stretcher because I just don't think you're going to knee kick that out and make that look good. So here we go, keep moving. Here we go, time to do some power stretching. And this is a big enough room here. I'm gonna probably stretch everything kind of both ways, but Chris went in for lunch, but he's gonna bring back my other box of stretcher poles. But I'm gonna try some 2x6s, and I've got enough stretcher poles to hit 24 feet, so I'll be okay with the rest of this. But I'm gonna shoot this little contraption up. So plan is to take, you know, stretch a couple. We're not gonna crank too hard because nothing is set over here. All I want to do is I just want to get this carpet flat over here, laid down, and then what I'll do is I'll set this wall. Here's my seam, remember that, and I'll stretch everything into that closet and then into that doorway there. And once Chris gets back this afternoon too, hopefully I can have him do some of the camera work here. So here we go. So the little contraption did work. So I've got everything stretched up to there. I'm gonna go ahead and set all this, and then we'll then stretch everything into that closet into there, and then we'll come out to this big room. so we've got this piece down, or I got this little entryway done. I don't know why I keep calling it entryway. It's just part of the basement, but just a lot of ins and outs and a lot of stretching. So what I'm gonna end up doing is, I'm just about tripped again. I'm gonna put one of these long boards from there to there, and I'm just gonna take some good hard stretches that way. Before I do any stretching this way to this way, I need to pull this carpet back, and what I'll do is I'll take my 6-foot straight edge, wherever that is, and I'll pull it back enough to where I can get that straight edge underneath where that seam is, and I want to make sure to remove that carpet cushion from the back of that seam. They do kind of just stick ever so slightly, and it can sometimes, I've seen a lot of wrinkles caused when I go to do restretches. A lot of the wrinkles are right by where the seams are, and we'll go to pull up that carpet and it's always stuck to that cushion. So I don't know if the two of those go hand in hand, but anyways, we're getting it. Basically got to clean all this up now, and I'm just going to move it all into there and keep going. Okay, so we switched it up here just a bit. I decided to do this is actually a widthwise across the carpet. Instead, I stretched both ways. I stretched up to here, just kind of lightly. And I'm gonna take some good stretches that way. And then I'll just stretch the whole thing from that side right there. We'll just stretch everything up into here. It's kind of maybe a little backwards on what you're supposed to do, but carpet's just kind of telling me that that's what needs to be done, especially with if you remember, I still have that big bubble out there from that carpet seam, and it's just, let's get that flat first and go from there. So stay tuned.
Don't you guys hate it when you get everything set up, you look around and realize, man, I forgot to bring some tools over? Just pure frustration.
Well, we're moving right along. We got the big room stretched. Chris is getting cushion on the steps, and hallway and bathroom are seamed up. So fortunately, we just got just some Z-bar up to some Dura ceramic and stretch all that. And then hallway, and then into the 2 bedrooms down there. So let her buck. All right, guys, I don't know about you, but it should be illegal to put carpet in a bathroom. We got it done. and it's gonna look just fantastic. But talk about just a pain in the butt, running around with a carpet stretcher and then having to stretch up to a vanity. And did a little Z-bar. I like the way Z-bar looks. That carpet, I call it a soft edge, but carpet to tile look, or the Dura ceramic there. I like that. I like that better than some sort of metal. So let me know what you think. Hey guys, we're on to the steps. So what I decided to do here, and I caught myself because I made the mistake, but we're gonna run the pattern the same way on the step. So I got those cut, that one cut for the landing, and then I got everything cut going up as well. But look what I did on that bottom step, guys. Dun, dun, dun. Anyways, I caught it, so it's not even a mistake if you catch it. All right, guys, we are all finished up. I want to take you on a little tour. So you got stretched in carpet to stretched in carpet down that hallway. I think sometime it'd be a good idea to make a video on how to stretch from there to there and actually put a stretch on the carpet into a seam, into a room that's, you know, both rooms are obviously occupied. So come down here into the main area. And you know, I know a lot of installers, you know, patterns, don't want to do those, but this piece is beautiful. I mean, that like kind of that dark gray, light gray, linear look, I really do like that. So got this all vacuumed. We still got to move some furniture in, but I thought I'd get it before I moved the furniture in. Here's that little, I call it the entryway, but it's just part of the downstairs. Swing over into here, into every installer's favorite, carpeted bathrooms, but did not have to go around a stool. Just into the room and into the closet, which truthfully that really wasn't that bad. I like to finish off with Z-bar on the concrete when I can. You know, it doesn't always work. Sometimes I have to use metal transitions, but that worked. Walk over to here. So, you know, closet, we always wrap up a couple scraps and leave them. This is a utility room here. Finished off with some Z-bar again. And then into the steps. We chose to run the pattern the same way with the steps. All these steps here. All the way up like that. But I don't think it looks that bad when you do turn it. Sometimes when you run it this way across the front of a step, you have to worry about that yarn opening up. But you can see here, you know, that's not going to be an issue. This is a pretty thick piece of carpet. So anyways, thanks again for watching, and we'll bring you some new videos hopefully soon.